You need to be hard on yourself. And when I say that, I mean that you have a problem, and that problem is you. Oftentimes, we tell ourselves that if something is not going wrong, we need to take it more easy. We need to be more softer with ourselves. No, we don't. No, you don't. Okay, we demonize hard work. We demonize being critical on ourselves. We demonize harsh growth. We demonize toughness. We demonize anything that helps us grow but is tough in its taste. And I don't know if that makes any sense, but if you're on the same wave as I am, you get it. Being critical with yourself is not something negative. Even if something hurts, if it helps you grow, it was not something negative. You just had a negative view on it. There's nothing wrong with going hard on yourself. There's nothing wrong with working hard. You cannot remain mediocre and expect greatness. And I feel like I just cooked. Okay? You cannot stay mediocre and expect greatness. You cannot do the bare minimum and expect greatness. It doesn't work like that. People who are stopping you from working hard and are telling you that you don't need to do that are not your friends. You need to be hard on yourself, especially if you know you could go harder. Being hard on yourself does not mean that you beat yourself up. It means that you understand that you can go harder, and so you choose to motivate yourself to go harder because you know you can. Why do less if you can do more? There's no guarantee you will succeed. Think about it. A lot of people will tell you hard work means that you will succeed. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Working hard does not mean you will succeed. It gives you a chance at success, but ultimately, opportunity decides if you will succeed or not. So there's no guarantee that you will succeed. So if the guarantee of success is already not fully there, why would you do the bare minimum? Why? That's just lessening your success rate even more. What sense does that make? Be more hard on yourself. You need to stop telling yourself that you can relax. No, you can't, and you know you can't. Constantly telling yourself you can relax is not self-love. You have a goal. Okay? This goal sets you apart from other people. You must do the work that no one else is ready to do. Now, this is where we come to the turning point. Working hard does not mean toxic productivity. Toxic productivity is a real thing. Now, what's the difference between toxic productivity and real productivity? It's the way you're productive. I mean, isn't it obvious? But I genuinely mean it. The difference is the way you work. It's the way that you are being productive. Okay? The person who's practicing toxic productivity is pushing themselves, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's what the message of this video is. But they are not allowing themselves to rest. But the person who's truly productive is understanding that it is not in our work that we grow. It is when we rest that we grow. Growth does not happen while you work. It happens while you rest. And rest is an important part of being productive. And this is the difference between toxic productivity and real productivity. One demonizes rest, and one understands that rest is essential. And this is why the phrase, you need to push harder, you need to go harder on yourself, is so misunderstood. Because oftentimes, people believe that it means that you shouldn't rest. No. A person who tells you to work harder is not telling you, increase the volume of your work. They're telling you, increase the intensity of your work. It doesn't necessarily mean rest less. It means work harder. And so I urge you to stop letting people demonize hard work. Okay? I urge you to stop listening to people who tell you that it is self-love to not work hard. That is not self-love. In fact, it's the opposite. True self-love is understanding that you deserve the best. And so you give yourself the best. And so you do your best.